Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. My topic is all about the theories of transfer of learning. And by the way, what is transfer of learning? So, transfer of learning, it occurs when people apply information, strategies, skills that they have learned to a new situation or context. So, we have here the 5 important theories of transfer of learning. So, first is the mental discipline. The second one is the identical elements theory. And the third one is the generalization theory. And the fourth one is the Gestalt theory. And the last one is the apperception theory. Mental discipline. Mental discipline is learning and training. Is a mental process. Basic in the transfer of learning is understanding of classical knowledge, which includes the study of logic, grammar, science, and mathematics. This means that if you acquire knowledge and understanding in these fields, you can be able to understand better than knowledge in other fields. So, in this theory, the mind is the central position, which is composed of general facilities. These facilities are to be trained through muscular and physical training. This facility psychology developed during in 1724, and it is also refers to how disciplined you are to consistently engage in the kind of mental practices that get you what you want. No, so for example, if you want to become a more relaxed person, you need to train yourself to do so. And once if you have become a relaxed person, you have to continue practice the same rituals or techniques. So, mental discipline isn't about motivating yourself excitedly once a month about what you hope to do. It is about making a daily committed decisions as to what you are going to pay attention to, and it is also on how you are going to think. Okay? So, and that will include your assignments or the tasks that fall every day of the month. So, you're gonna have a schedule to set in your mind. So, on yourself, you already trained your mind that every day you have a task that intended to do. You think every moment. That's why we experience headache for sometimes because na-overthink na ang atong mind ug maayo. No? So, it is a committed effect or committed effort to keep using what you learn to maintain a healthy attitude and build the kind of emotions that serve you well, no? So, because there are sometimes that there are multitasking people, it's because lack of manpower, nagbawas na ng tao. So, management would give multitasking in every person. Now, siya na ang supervisor, head cashier, head checker sa isang mall, no? So, ang mahitabo, your mind sometimes getting ill. It's because sa kadaghanan huna-hunaon. There are so many tasks that would prepared every day. But, it's only a small thing if you are a great thinker. But if you are not, then sorry, the stress will be yours, no? So, all you have to do is to train your mind, train yourself. So, discipline yourself so you have a mental discipline. Okay? So, next theories of transfer of learning is the identical elements theory. So, transfer of learning occurs when the person carries from one situation elements that are identical with the second situation where knowledge is to transferred. And according to E.L. Thorndike, who developed this theory, and according to him, it goes from one learning situation to other situation, meaning two identical factors on activities or common factors transfer to total situation wherein the maximum transfer of learning or total learning can be taken place. It goes to matter to mind. This refers to the similarity of cognitive processing, or it involves new learnings between two tasks. Example, dual task, the decision making, and attention control. So, this theory says that transfer will occur between tasks wherein the two tasks share on set of common stimulus feature. This means that class of tasks to which a particular learned still should transfer and should be definable by a careful analysis of the conditions of original learning. So, because it was stated by Thorndike that matter to mind. So, example, piano or to typing a computer. So, as you have observed when you were flucking a piano and in touching it, the keys of that piano, it is like you are typing a computer, right? Or, if you know how to drive a bicycle, so it's easy for you to drive a motorcycle because both needs a body balancing, no? So, the balancing is there, the focus as well, and if sa bicycle, ang legs nagagamit or nagatouch sa pedal, same pod sa motorcycle. If ang motorcycle, if the clutch ang motorcycle. So, sayon ra pod siya gamiton. Pareha lang pod na siya sa bicycle. Kay kung kabalo ka mag-balance sa bicycle, so balance lang pod sa motorcycle. So, there are two identical elements of there. The balance sa motorcycle and the bicycle. O ang pag-touch sa piano, to tickle the keys of that piano, of the computer, so it's the same, right? So, next is generalization. This theory was developed by Charles Jude. So, in this theory, learning takes place primarily through generalization and degree of transfer. Depends upon this extent to which the experience in the first situation are understand and consolidated, or ito ay pinagsama-sama, or ito ay pinagbuklod-buklod into generalization. Better transfer can be possible when can understand the principle. So, it's just an extension of the theory of identical element theory. As you have remember that may the result of identical elements, which is the learning task A, transfer to task B. So, the general situation is more significant. One situation is transferred to other situation also. No? So, and it is a fact that when practice of anything without training, then the result comes within automatically. So, the knowledge gained through memorization can be related and associated to many other experiments and practices also. The learner can be able to transfer that knowledge to another situation without directly apply a specific knowledge. So, transfer occurs by using memorized knowledge to other situations through general understanding of an idea from one or more situation. So, that is a generalization theory. The next theory is the Gestalt theory. Transfer of learning occurs when a person is able to understand the information or the idea, its meaningfulness, and its application to the daily life during the time of learning or when experiencing something. This depends on the learner's ability to understand the meaning of the idea or knowledge in one situation and understanding to application in other situations. So, for example, this is a similarity, no? So this Gestalt principle suggests that we naturally group similar items together based on elements. So like for example, the color, the size, whether they are small or large, or it's either big or small, no? So Gestalt psychologist believes that transfer happens when the individual is able to recognize similarities among facts and general concepts, principles which can be applied in other context or situation. So, Gestalt theory, also known as transposition theory. The transfer starts in understanding the fact and perception of similarity by the learner. Now, it is known as pattern of relationship. It is not the specific skill of facts, even understanding principles which are important, but the understanding of relationship between facts, process, and the principles are the real basis of transfer. So, the word Gestalt is used in modern German to mean the way a thing has been placed or put together, meaning pinagtagpo or pinagbuklod or pinagsama-sama, no? So, Gestalt theory still impacts how our understand vision and the ways that context, visual illusions, and information processing impact our perception. So, the forms and the shapes are the usual translation, or the psychology word is often interpreted as pattern or the configuration. So, when we walk along the highway from our home, or when we are in our province, or even in our school at RMC, diba? So there, we can see the groupings of leaves and many trees and flowers also, plant life, and as the relationship between the canopy and the plant life that are found on the land. So, it is a kind of Gestalt theory that there are forms, the shapes, the colors, the sizes, either it's big or small, no? So that is a Gestalt, that is under by Gestalt theory. And the last one is the apperception theory. Apperception theory focuses on linking knowledge, previous and new, for effective transfer of learning. It is the process by which new experience is assimilated to and transformed by the residuum of past experience of an individual to form a new whole. And so, it is to perceive new experience in relation to past experience. This implies that a teacher must help the students to assimilate new information and their already acquired knowledge from the past. So that's why in teaching, so we are future teacher, we have always a review or ask the students a question from their previous lesson to test their knowledge and understanding as well. So, before going to proceed our new lesson to have an effective transfer of learning, no? So, because we all know that in classroom, not all students are knowledgeable or fast learner. So there are also slow learner, right? So the teacher must dig their deeper insight or the perception or the perspective to make them good as individual. All right? So, it is also the ability to form a conscious percept or a sensory impression, or it is a process of learning new information by relating and incorporating into past knowledge and experience as well. The awareness, the capacity, the cognizance to relate doon sa nangyari kahapon at ngayon. Right? So, the apperception was introduced by Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. Okay? So, we have here also some learning resources as we going through our classes. So, number one is Quipper in online class. So, most teachers use Quipper for uploading their learning materials like exam, assignments, or the quizzes. And so, the Quipper notifies the students that there is a message that you are going to look at or to read or to study the lessons for the next day. So number 2 is Google Meet and Zoom for synchronous session. Before the class start or an hour before, the teacher upload already the Gmeet link or the Zoom link. The teacher will announce it into the GC that she already posted the Gmeet link used for the synchronous session. So number 3 is the group chat through Messenger for a synchronous session. So this group chat will use during the time when we have concern or ask question to our classmate or to our professor. If there is an online class at 9 or she or he may absent for that day, or sometimes the teacher would rather posted an assignment. So, dito pod makita sa GC o dito pod mag-pass o answer sa GC. Okay? So, fourth one is the laptop, smartphones, notebook, and internet. These are the tools in making our projects, assignments. So we can use this during our asynchronous and synchronous session. This could be a huge participation into our life. It is a big help to us for our daily life when there is an online classes. Okay? So number 5 is Bolosan Ferdinand et al. In 2019, Facilitating Learner-Centered Teaching, Manila, Philippines, rexpublishing.com.ph, and the last one is Locus M and Corpus B in 2014, Facilitating Learning, a Metacognitive Process, Manila, Philippines, and Lorimar Publishing Incorporated. So, that's all the learning process that encompasses our learning materials during asynchronous and synchronous session. So, that's all my report, and good evening, and thank you for listening.